everyone, so I recently came up with a new type of setup for a flip reset, which I call the ceiling bang pre-flip reset. For this shot, you set up very similarly to a ceiling pinch, but then you boost close to the ball a bit before it reaches the ceiling and flip into the ball in such a way that it bounces off the ceiling and back into the bottom of your car for a flip reset. Needless to say, this is pretty difficult to pull off, and there are a lot of mistakes that can easily be made. This tutorial will break down the exact inputs required to pull this shot off, as well as addressing the common sources of mistakes that I encountered when learning how to do this. Getting a proper setup is crucial for this mechanic. The preliminary setup is virtually identical to a ceiling pinch, and if you don't know how to do ceiling pinches, you should probably learn that first. For this shot, you need to build up a lot of speed while staying close to the ball, and you want the ball to be going up the wall at a very slight angle in the direction of the goal you're shooting at. After that, the steps differ slightly depending on whether you want to go for a front flip, back flip, or diagonal flip cancel. I'll start with the front flip. For the front flip setup, you need to create a bit of separation from the ball by letting go of boost and throttle before going up the wall. If you don't create separation, you'll hit the ball too early and too hard, making it impossible to position for the front flip. After creating enough separation, you want to use the throttle again with no boost until after you hit the ball, which should occur when the ball is between about a third of the way and halfway up the wall. You want the car to be going almost exactly the same speed as the ball. If you go too fast, the ball bounces too far away from the wall, causing the same problem as if you didn't create any separation. If you go too slow, the ball doesn't have enough speed for the setup to be viable. The perfect setup occurs when you have some separation, the ball is going very fast, your car is going almost exactly the same speed, and the touch off the wall barely changes the momentum of the ball. This way, it's easy to get under the ball and position for the front flip. Also note that unless you're a psycho and want to go for a musty sidewall read or something, you should try to hit the ball a bit to the side with the outer edge of your car lined up with the center of the ball. This way, after your first touch, the ball is between your car and the goal. If you do all of that perfectly, lining up your car for the flip is actually not terribly mechanically challenging. There are only a few inputs you need to do at this point. I'll explain exactly what these are coming from the right wall. After hitting the ball off the wall, wait a split second before jumping, then very lightly tap the jump button. If your setup is imperfect, you'll need to hold jump a bit longer, but at that point the shot is probably already scuffed. After jumping, you need to slightly air roll left, very slightly turn right, and lean the car back a little bit by moving the left stick down or pressing S. You also need to start boosting just after jumping off the wall, but with a good setup the boosting should be minimal. The input time for each of these steps is very small, and it's easy to overdo it, which ruins the shot. Once you do all these steps correctly and you're right under the ball, simply front flip. It shouldn't be necessary to cancel the flip. Although the inputs required to pull this off aren't very complex, your timing of the inputs must be extremely precise and will take a lot of practice to master. The setup for a backflip is almost identical to the front flip setup with a couple key differences. You want to jump off the wall and start boosting a bit immediately after contacting the ball. You will still slightly air roll left and very slightly turn right, but instead of leaning the car back, you will lean it forward. Once in position, do a backflip and wait a split second before canceling the flip. With this setup, you can also boost after the flip and even turn a bit to the right or left to help align your car for a clean reset on the ball. Virtually any setup that would work for the front flip pre-flip will also work for the back flip pre-flip and vice versa. Lastly, there is the diagonal flip cancel pre-flip reset, which is actually the first one I learned to do. This differs significantly from the other two setups in that there are a lot of first touches off the wall for which this setup can work, but lining up the shot in the air and flipping at the right place at the right time is very difficult because you can't stop the car from rolling after flipping. The setup for this shot is the same as the others except the ball can be going faster and separation from the ball before going up the wall is not really required. From the left wall after jumping, you'll want to air roll left, turn right, and boost to catch up to the ball and face it. This will typically involve a lot more boost than the other setups. Once you have enough upwards momentum, pitch the car down until it's completely horizontal or very close to it. This is necessary to get a reset with your car relatively flat. Continue turning right until your car is in this position, and then from here, a diagonal left flip cancel will send the ball in the same direction as your car, and if the timing and positioning are perfect, the ball will bounce back to your car while your wheels are facing the ceiling, giving a flip reset. This setup is super easy to mess up because the ball absolutely needs to be traveling extremely fast for it to work. Otherwise, it won't make it back to your car until after it's already rolled over too far and the wheels aren't facing up anymore. The same problem occurs if you flip too early, and if you flip too late, you just get a really bad ceiling pinch. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. I put a lot of effort into this video and I hope you were able to learn something from it. I'm hoping to make more in-depth mechanical tutorials and analysis in the future because I really enjoy it and I feel that I have the knowledge and ability to make some good content for the Rocket League community. If you like this video, please drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.